Hey y'all, it's time for our story. So this story today is a really special one and it's really cute. It's got a really great meaning behind it. So this is a red book and the title is Corduroy and it's written by Don Freeman. And I believe he might also be the illustrator because I don't see an illustrator. But we'll just say that he's the author for right now. So what does the author do? What does the author do? Oh, the author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho, did you know the author writes the words? And again, I don't know who the illustrator is. It might be Don Freeman. It might not. I don't know. So we're just going to skip over that. Okay. This is called the what? The front cover. Good. This is called the what? The back cover. This is the spine of the book. It holds the whole book together. Just like our spines that are in the middle of our backs. They hold us together. And then we don't go over this very much. But this page right here, ignore it because sometimes, this is an older book. But they have all this little writing. And this is called the title page. The title page. Okay? All right, we're going to dive on in. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in a toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," Mom hummed and sighed. "I've spent too much money already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost a button to one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped on an escalator, and up, up, up he went. Have you all stepped on escalators before? I used to be scared of them when I was little. Thought they were going to get me. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Do you know if that's a palace or not? What do you think that is? Remember, comment below. He wandered around admiring all the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled up onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down too tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang into a tall floor lamp. Over it flew with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds in the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding in here." He flashed the light under and over mattresses and sofas until he came to the biggest bed of all, and there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover.
"Hello,"
he said.
"How did you get upstairs?"
The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customer came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same girl he'd only seen the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" asked the saleslady. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Excuse me. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be a home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be much more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and she gave him a big hug. Oh, what a cute story. So my question for the day has to deal with the story, and I wanted to know, what is something that you've wanted? Is it something that you've gotten, like Lisa got Corduroy and she fixed him up and she took him home, and they probably have been best friends ever since? Or is it something that you've wanted and you've wanted and you've wanted and you've never really gotten it? And I think that's a really great question, since there's Christmas right around the corner. Or, is there something that you've wanted to give to somebody else, since Christmas is right around the corner? So I want you to think about that, have a grown-up help you, or you can try to do it by yourself. And on Seesaw, put your comments in on Seesaw or Facebook and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear them. And as always, me and Miss Tiffany, we will see you tomorrow on Tuesday.
Yep. See you next time, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you to pieces.